The air around you today holds a different weight, doesn't it? Thick, charged, almost sacred, a tangible shift you can't quite explain but feel deep within your bones. Archangel Michael assures you this is no random occurrence. The heaviness you sense, that subtle pressure against your spirit, is a profound echo of a soul who once walked beside you, whose very essence now whispers your name upon the wind you breathe. They have crossed the veil, their physical form returned to stardust, yet the core of their being, their fierce and unwavering devotion to you, burns with an undying intensity. A message meticulously crafted and shielded by pure love remained unspoken in the confines of life, buried beneath layers of necessary silence and protection. That silence is now irrevocably broken. The moment ordained by forces greater than ourselves has arrived, carried on currents of divine timing that resonate with your unique energy. What they could not articulate while bound by breath, constrained by circumstance and hidden dangers, they now declare with the full, unrestrained force of their liberated spirit, echoing through the corridors of eternity directly into the sanctuary of your heart. Know this with absolute certainty, engraved upon your soul. They never cease watching over you. Even as they navigated the luminous, incomprehensible realms beyond your sight, their gaze remained lovingly fixed upon your journey, their belief in your inherent strength, resilience, and divine light unwavering. A truth, vast and potentially shattering, was carried within them like a sacred, burdensome flame, a secret too dangerous, too volatile to reveal prematurely. It was knowledge that, if exposed at the wrong time, could have unleashed chaos upon your world, threatening the fragile peace you clung to. They became its silent guardian, your unseen shield, protecting you with their profound silence, waiting patiently, painfully, with immense courage, for the precise celestial alignment when its light could illuminate your path without causing devastation. That hour, ordained by love and divine will, is now. With their soul finally resting in profound, eternal peace, cradled tenderly by angels, the message they meticulously prepared, the truth they safeguarded with their very existence, surges towards you, carried on wings of pure purpose. Understand this deeply. Their departure from this world was not a random tragedy, not a quiet fading into oblivion. Dark forces moved in shadows you never perceived, currents of malice swirling insidiously around someone you mistakenly believed stood close, someone whose presence always stirred a quiet, persistent unease within the depths of your being, a primal distrust your rational mind perhaps tried to soothe or dismiss. Your beloved protector stumbled upon a hidden depth, a treacherous reality involving this person, a viper coiled amidst the flowers of your life. Before the final breath escaped their lips, before the earthly light faded from their eyes, they committed the raw, unvarnished, life-altering truth to paper. It is written, this truth is alive. It vibrates with their energy, their determination, their final act of profound love. It's more than ink on paper. It's a living ember, a flame ignited by their spirit that refuses to be extinguished, destined to reach your hands. They saw the danger gathering like storm clouds on your horizon long before you sensed its chill. They witnessed the subtle shifts, the hidden glances, the false smiles that never quite reached the eyes of the one you're being warned about. A woman. Remember her? The one who entered your orbit with a sweetness that felt slightly off, like perfume masking something stale? Long eyes, they noted, and a smile that sometimes seemed crooked, not quite genuine. She came bearing gifts of apparent kindness, weaving herself into your narrative, but her heart harbored plans intricately tied to a deep, consuming jealousy of the bond you share with the one now speaking from beyond, jealousy of your light, your connection. Your loved one, your guardian, saw through the facade immediately. That strange feeling you couldn't shake? That intuitive recoil when she touched your arm or offered unsolicited advice. They took that suspicion deadly seriously. While you grapple with daily life, they embarked on a silent, perilous investigation. They began to quietly gather evidence, asking subtle questions in places you wouldn't expect, following patterns of behavior that seemed insignificant to others, but screamed betrayal to their watchful eyes. What they uncovered was staggering, enough to shatter the very foundations of the world you knew. Yet in an act of supreme love and sacrifice, they chose not to shatter it for you then. Instead, they made the conscious, heart-wrenching decision to become the sole bearer of this crushing weight. You were their solace. You were the only island of peace in the chaotic sea their discovery had churned. They resolved to carry the burden of this devastating truth alone, shielding you from its immediate horror, until the moment they physically could no longer hold it. Their final weeks were not shrouded in the fear of their own mortality, but filled with a fierce, focused determination to ensure your safety, your future. They saw the woman's machinations clearly. They knew she was setting intricate traps, working behind the scenes to undermine you, to isolate you, to ultimately claim something she coveted, perhaps your peace, your possessions, your very sense of self. Driven by love, they confronted her. Not openly, not where you could witness it and be drawn into the conflict, but in the shadows, risking their own safety solely to draw her venomous attention away from you. They faced her darkness to create a buffer for your light. She smiled then, the woman with the long eyes and the crooked smile. She pretended to accept peace, offered hollow words of understanding. But her betrayal, her malice, didn't cease with their courageous act. It deepened. It festered. It continued its insidious work after your beloved guardian had departed this physical plane. That's why, in the quiet hours since their passing, you've experienced restless nights where sleep feels like a battleground. That's why small, seemingly insignificant items have inexplicably gone missing. A favorite pen, a photograph, a piece of jewelry holding sentimental value. That's why messages have felt blocked. Calls haven't connected. Emails vanish into the digital ether. It wasn't a glitch, not bad luck, not your imagination framed with grief. It was deliberate. It was calculated. It was part of the intricate web this woman has been weaving behind your back, a web designed to disorient, to weaken, to make you doubt your own sanity as she moved her pieces into position. But Archangel Michael stands beside you now, a pillar of celestial strength. Do not be afraid. The truth they wrote, the evidence they gathered is already in motion. It journeys toward you with divine guidance. Within the next few days, it will find you. And when your fingers finally touch it, when your eyes scan those first lines written in a hand you thought you'd never see again, your soul will resonate like thunder being pulled from a clear sky. There will be a shockwave of recognition, of validation, of agonizing clarity mixed with the overwhelming power of their enduring love. How will you know it's truly from them? How will you distinguish this profound revelation from the fog of grief or the tricks of a desperate mind? The message itself holds the keys to absolute certainty. They will mention places known only to the two of you, that secluded bench by the forgotten river bend, the specific tree in the park where you carved initials years ago, the tiny, unassuming cafe where you shared secrets over steaming mugs. They will describe events that existed solely in the sacred space between your hearts, The private joke from a rainy Tuesday, the unspoken fears shared during a thunderstorm, the quiet moment of understanding that passed without words during a crowded gathering. No one else knew. No one else could know. It will resonate in the deepest chambers of your memory, a resonance so pure and undeniable that doubt evaporates. This is not a dream. This is not a story conjured by longing. This is their voice, their mind, their heart reaching across the divide. And within that note, woven into the fabric of the truth, lie instructions. Clear, precise guidance on how to reclaim what was taken from you in the past year. A property deed signed but mysteriously misplaced. A crucial document that seemed to vanish. A precious possession imbued with meaning that rightfully anchors your future. They couldn't save their own physical form from the call of the divine, but they moved heaven and earth, quite literally, to ensure they could still save you. They made a sacred promise, a covenant with the light itself, that their departure would not be a meaningless void, but a catalyst for your protection and ultimate liberation. Even now, their spirit is a tangible presence. That sudden, inexplicable ringing in your ear when all is quiet? That sudden chill that descends on a warm day, raising goosebumps on your arms? That's them. That's their energy brushing against your aura, their way of preparing your heart, strengthening your spirits, signaling that the moment of revelation is near. They have touched your timeline, your personal journey through this existence, one final potent time to send this crucial warning. Archangel Michael urges you, do not ignore the signs manifesting in the next 48 hours. Be vigilant. Be discerning. Someone will attempt to distract you, to lull you back into complacency. It might be the woman herself, radiating a sudden, overwhelming, and false warmth. It might be another face, perhaps the man they will name, offering flattery so thick it feels suffocating. They might urge you to avoid opening something, a specific box, an unmarked envelope, a digital file. That box, that envelope, that file, that is where the truth your loved one stored away resides. That is the vessel holding the key to your freedom. Remember the whispered promise you made to them in a moment of shared vulnerability? That promise to be strong, no matter what storms rage? They heard you then. They hold you to it now. From their place in eternity, they are asking you to prove the depth of that strength. This is the moment your courage is summoned. The danger they uncovered extends beyond the woman with the long eyes and the crooked smile. She is not acting alone. There is a man behind her, a partner in this hidden betrayal. Perhaps someone who once grasped your hand in apparent friendship, who offered support that now feels tainted in hindsight. Your loved one, your astute guardian, uncovered this partnership before their final breath. They traced the connections, understood the roles each played. In their final moments, as they surrendered their physical form, their spirit poured forth a powerful prayer that the pure, unyielding light of truth would expose them both, stripping away their masks and revealing the rock beneath. The message speeding towards you contains not only their names laid bare, but irrefutable proof. Dates, times, locations, specific conversations overheard or documented. It is written in their hand, a script etched for the urgency of their final hours. And at the bottom, a final seal of authenticity only your heart will recognize, a symbol. Perhaps a simple doodle you shared, a specific flower they always drew for you, a unique way they signed their name. It will be there, a silent, powerful testament that this communication transcends the physical, a direct line from their spirit to yours. Archangel Michael speaks again, his presence a palpable force in the charged air. There are angels walking near your window. Can you feel it? The atmosphere around you has shifted, become sacred, vibrating with anticipation. Something long buried, hidden deep beneath layers of deception and grief, is stirring. It is rising, propelled by love and divine will, and its emergence is your path to liberation. Your loved one did not depart without a meticulous, love-driven plan. They understood their calling away was for reasons higher than this earthly realm could contain. But they refused to go silently. They departed as a warrior on a final sacred mission, to finish what they started, to ensure your safety and awaken your power. Their final, fervent request to the divine was simple yet profound. Asterisk let them know I never stopped protecting them. Even after death, my love is their shield. Asterisk we stand now, trembling perhaps, but resolute, at the precipice of divine revelation. In the coming days, be prepared. It might be a knock at your door, unexpected yet purposeful. It might be a flash drive appearing in your mailbox, unmarked but radiating significance. It might be a letter slipped under your door in the dead of night, or a message appearing online from an unknown source. This will not be random. It will be guided, orchestrated by forces of light and the unwavering intent of the one who loves you beyond time. Archangel Michael's warning is stark. If you ignore it, if you let fear or distraction turn you away, it may vanish forever. But if you find the courage to open it, to face the words inscribed within, everything you have feared in the quiet corners of your mind, everything you have doubted about the circumstances surrounding their passing, will flood into the brilliant, unforgiving light. You will realize with a clarity that both shatters and rebuilds the incredible lengths your loved one went to in order to rescue your destiny. They were not weak in their final days. They were chosen, consecrated for the role of your protector, even when the cost was their own physical existence. And they fulfilled that sacred role with a bravery witnessed only by angels. Their love for you transcends this single lifetime. It existed in the quiet glances filled with unspoken understanding, in the unwavering way they stood beside you when others faltered, in the countless small acts of devotion that wove the tapestry of your shared history. And now, from the realm of pure spirit, they have acted with divine power to ensure you will not fall into the trap meticulously laid behind your back. They saw the wall of betrayal being built, brick by deceitful brick, designed to collapse upon you when you were most vulnerable. But before that collapse could happen, they laid down a rope of pure, unadulterated truth. That rope is now within your reach, ready to pull you to safety. It's coming. Its energy is palpable. Don't ignore the deep instinct, the inner knowing that pushes you now to look deeper, to question the surface narrative, to trust the unsettling feelings you suppress. Something vital that was stolen from you, but trust, a tangible possession, your sense of security will be returned. And as it is, their spirit will radiate joy from the realms above, watching with profound love as you finally step fully into the radiant, liberating truth. They were your shield in life, deflecting blows you never saw coming. Now they are your guardian in spirit, a constant, loving presence guiding you towards the light. But the message must be opened. The truth must be read, absorbed, and acted upon. Tears will come when you read their words. Tears of grief, yes, but also tears of profound release, of validation, of the overwhelming power of love that endures death. And then something miraculous will happen within you. You will rise, not just stand, but rise with a strength forged in the fires of revelation. Nothing, absolutely nothing wielded by human malice or shadow will break you again. The past, with all its pain and hidden treachery, was never meant to be your eternal cage. It was the crucible, the testing ground. And now, having faced the truth and emerged, the future unfolds before you not as a burden, but as your rightful reward, bathed in the light they fought so hard to secure for you. Archangel Michael's voice resonates with unwavering certainty. You have been chosen to rise from the ashes of grief. You have carried pain for too long, a weight that bent your spirit. But now that very pain is poised to transform into an unassailable power. Your loved one rests in eternal peace, their earthly struggles complete. Yet their watchful gaze has not dimmed. Their guidance has not ceased. Their love flows towards you now more powerfully than ever. They held secrets to protect you from immediate harm. Now they bring forth secrets to reveal, secrets that unlock the door to your ultimate victory and freedom. What begins with the opening of this message completes a sacred circle, the circle of love that bound you together in life, a circle that death itself could not sever, only transform. Don't run from the signs any longer. Don't shy away from the synchronicities, the chills, the persistent thoughts. Run into them. Embrace them. For within those subtle divine nudges lies your most potent protection, the map charted by love from beyond the veil. The final part of their letter echoes with a timeless promise, asterisk. If you ever doubt that I cared, remember the truth I left behind. Asterisk, and now that truth approaches like a cleansing storm, inevitable and powerful. Your world stands on the brink of profound change. Chains of deception and fear, forged by others and accepted unknowingly by you, will shatter. The gnawing anxiety that has been your companion will vanish, replaced by a hard-won serenity. The same fierce love that once held your hand in the physical world now guides your soul from the luminous beyond. Their final declaration rings clear. Asterisk, I love you too much to let you walk into a trap. Ah, you must love yourself enough to walk out of it. Asterisk, this is the ultimate call to action, the sacred contract between their enduring spirit and your awakened self. The moment of revelation draws near, carried on wings of purest love. The message arrives not with fanfare, but with the quiet inevitability of destiny fulfilled. Perhaps it's an envelope slipped beneath your door as dawn breaks, thick and unmarked, carrying the weight of worlds within its plain paper shell. Maybe it's a small, nondescript package left on your porch, or a notification for a secure digital file sent from an anonymous encrypted source. However it manifests, the moment your fingers make contact, a jolt of pure recognition surges through you, a visceral electric connection to the one who sent it. Your heart doesn't just race, it hammers against your ribs, a primal drumbeat echoing the seismic shift about to occur. The air around you crystallizes, charged and sacred, heavy with the presence of angels and the focused intent of the Spirit guiding this revelation. Hesitation might flicker, a natural human recoil from the unknown abyss of truth, but a deeper force, an unyielding pull from the core of your being compels you forward. You open it. The first line, the curve of a familiar letter, the unique cadence of their phrase, and even in written form. It hits you like a physical wave. Breath catches, sharp and sudden, in your throat. Tears well instantly, not born of fresh grief for their absence, but from the overwhelming flood of them, their essence, their voice, their unwavering presence surrounding you once more, tangible and real within these words that burn with the intensity of a spirit unbound. This is no mere letter, it's a conduit, a bridge built from love spanning the chasm between life and afterlife. They begin not with the harshness of betrayal, but with a profound reminder of you. They speak of a strength they witnessed and you long forgotten, buried under layers of loss and confusion, that fierce core resilience that surfaced when life crumbled before, that quiet determination they always admired even when you doubted it yourself. I always knew they right, the words seeming to vibrate off the page or screen, deep in my soul, that you were destined not just to survive, but to rise again, phoenix-like, from the ashes. This truth I bring is not to break you, but to unleash that power within you, the power grief tried to smother. This affirmation, this bedrock belief in your inherent strength laid bare from beyond the grave, is the armor you need before the storm of revelation breaks. And break it does. Page by page, line by agonizing, liberating line, the meticulously documented truth unfurls like lightning across a darkened sky. The woman, her name is written clearly, dispelling any lingering shadow of doubt about who they mean. The description is chillingly precise. The way her long eyes would narrow almost imperceptibly when she thought no one was looking, the unnerving quality of her crooked smile that never quite reached the cold calculation behind her gaze. They detail her insidious manipulation, the fake kindness poured like poisoned sugar, the twisted jealousy that festered like a hidden rot, poisoning her every interaction with you. They recount how she studied you, learned your vulnerabilities, your routines, your moments of weakness, not to comfort, but to exploit. They saw her positioning herself, a spider weaving a web designed to ensnare your peace, your resources, perhaps even your very identity after they were gone. But they didn't just observe, they acted. With the clarity of love's fierce protection, they provide not just the exposure, but the key to severing her influence forever. Step-by-step instructions are laid out, specific actions to take, words to say or not to say, boundaries to erect with unshakable firmness. It's a battle plan forged in the silent war they wage on your behalf. Then comes the second blow, the name that sends a fresh chill down your spine, the man. Perhaps someone who emerged in the periphery after your loss, offering a helping hand, a sympathetic ear, appearing almost too conveniently supportive. The letter strips away the facade. His help, they write with stark clarity, is not pure. He is not a bystander. He is intricately connected, a partner in the scheme. Together they form the axis of betrayal, their intentions converging on what they believe would be an easy target once your primary protector was gone, your stability, your assets, your future. The letter reveals the nature of their partnership, how he provided cover, access, or resources the woman alone couldn't muster, how their collaboration was masked by layers of plausible deniability and false camaraderie. Your loved one, your astute guardian from the beyond, traced their hidden communications, noted their clandestine meetings, understood the division of their dark labor. They planned, the message states unequivocally, to take what was meant to be yours, what I ensured would anchor your future. The sheer audacity the cold calculation revealed is staggering. Yet, woven into this painful exposure is a testament to their brilliance even in the face of death. I outwitted them. The words resonate with a quiet, posthumous triumph. They explain the intricate measures taken to ensure the message bypassed any interception, encoded references, dead drops, trusted intermediaries operating under strict spiritual compacts known only to them and the angels. It was a final, flawless maneuver executed from the threshold of eternity. As you absorb each sentence, the scales fall from your eyes. Memories snap into sharp, Agonizing focus. That offhand comment from the man that now rings with hidden meaning. The woman's overly insistent concern about a particular document. The strange coincidence of items disappearing shortly after she visited. The inexplicable technical glitches blocking important communications that always seem to happen when pressure mounted from their direction. Lies you unconsciously accepted, or half-truths that clouded your judgment, shatter like glass. The confusing mosaic of the past year rearranges itself into a horrifyingly clear picture of targeted malice. The message doesn't stop at revelation. It becomes a map. Look next, it directs behind the old painting in the hallway, the one we found at the flea market that summer. Or inside the false back at the bottom shelf in the linen cupboard. Specific intimate locations only the two of you knew held significance or were used for playful hiding spots. Following these instructions feels like a sacred pilgrimage. Your hands might tremble as you move the familiar painting, revealing a recess you never noticed. There it is, a simple, sturdy box. Perhaps wooden, perhaps metal, untouched by time or the betrayer's prying eyes. Opening it releases a scent-old paper, faint traces of their cologne or perfume, the unique smell of them preserved. Inside, tangible proof. Faded letters exchanged in happier times. Photographs capturing moments of pure joy that now feel like precious armor against the ugliness revealed. And crucially, a small, unassuming flash drive. Inserting it feels like unlocking a hidden dimension. Files blossom on the screen. Scanned documents, saved text messages, voice recordings, financial trails. A meticulously compiled dossier of evidence your loved one, gathered at immense personal risk. It's overwhelming, a deluge of truth confirming every word in the letter and adding layers of damning detail. Dates, amounts, transcribed conversations, digital footprints. The hidden world they uncovered unfolds before you, irrefutable and chilling. Amongst the revelations is one of profound generosity and foresight, a bank account. Not just any account, but one established quietly, in your name alone, unknown to you until this moment. This, the letter explains, is the beginning of your freedom. Not merely financial, though it will lift that burden, but spiritual. It is a foundation for the future I dreamed for you, the future I fought to secure even as my own light dimmed out I had to wait. Wait until you were ready to receive it, ready to wield it not just for survival, but for thriving. The amount, the accessibility, it's a tangible manifestation of their enduring protection, a resource planted long ago meant to blossom now, in this moment of your awakening. As you absorb this, a familiar scent their scent washes over you, impossibly strong and clear. A sudden, inexplicable chill raises goosebumps on your arms, followed by an almost imperceptible whisper in your ear, a sensation of warmth and pressure on your shoulder. It's not imagination, it's confirmation. They are here, guiding, supporting, witnessing your courage as you unlock each devastating, liberating clue. The deeper you delve into the evidence, the more a remarkable transformation occurs within. The crushing weight of victimhood, the feeling of being adrift and powerless in the wake of loss, begins to lift. It doesn't vanish. Grief remains a complex landscape, but it transmutes. The raw pain finds a new channel, morphing into a fierce, crystalline purpose. You are no longer merely the one who was left behind, drowning in sorrow. You are the one chosen and empowered to finish what they courageously started. You are the inheritor not just of assets, but of their mission to expose darkness and reclaim light. Emboldened by the instructions in the letter, you pick up the phone and dial the number written at the end, a number for a law firm, accompanied by a specific case reference and a name to ask for. A professional, calm voice answers. You state your name, your voice perhaps thick with emotion but resolute. You give the reference. There's a pause, then recognition. We've been expecting your call, the lawyer confirms, a note of solemn understanding in their tone. For months. Hold on, I'm sending the file to your email now. Please review it. It contains everything prepared according to your loved one's very specific, very thorough instructions. The email notification pings. Opening the attachment feels like turning a key in a long-locked vault. Deeds to properties you never knew they owned, meticulously updated insurance policies naming you as beneficiary, legal documents establishing trusts, detailed records of investments made quietly over the years. A comprehensive, love-driven legacy plan unfolds. Amongst the dry legal language, one detail leaps out: a house. Not just bricks and mortar, but a home. The one they used to describe in quiet moments, sketching floor plans on napkins, dreaming of gardens and shared sunrises, the sanctuary they envisioned for your shared future. The deed, the lawyer's covering note explains, was transferred solely into your name 6 months before their passing. They wanted no fanfare, no pressure, only the certainty that you would have a foundation, a place of your own peace when the time was right. The magnitude of this silent sacrifice, this profound act of faith and foresight, washes over you. While the world saw them perhaps fading, they were fiercely building, securing, loving you from a future they knew they wouldn't inhabit physically. News, as it often does in small worlds, travels fast. Or perhaps it's a sudden shift in your energy. The newfound stillness, the absence of frantic searching, the quiet confidence replacing the aura of vulnerability. The woman and the man sense the tectonic plates shifting beneath their carefully constructed facade. Their reactions are textbook, just as the letter predicted. A sudden, conspicuous silence from one, an unnerving, overly effusive friendliness from the other. They are scrambling, trying to gauge how much you know, attempting damage control with clumsy maneuvers that only confirm their guilt. The message had foreseen this panic, this shift from predator to cornered prey. They will apologize, it warned. They may even beg, weaving tales of misunderstanding or coercion. Do not mistake it for remorse. It is pure, unadulterated fear, fear of exposure, fear of consequences, fear of the fortress of truth you now inhabit. Armed with this foresight, you observe their flailing not with vindictiveness, but with a profound, almost detached clarity. You are no longer playing on their chessboard. You carry within you not just your own spirit, tempered now by fire, but the indomitable legacy of the one who loved you enough to shield you from beyond the grave. This dual strength makes you immovable. A subtle change manifests in your very being. You walk differently, shoulders back, head held higher, a grounded certainty in your step. Your eyes, once clouded with grief and confusion, now hold a steady, calm light that seems to emanate from within. People sense it. The energy you project is no longer one of lack, but of quiet, unassailable power. Those drawn to light and authenticity begin to gravitate towards you, offering genuine connection. Those who thrived on your perceived weakness or confusion suddenly withdraw, repelled by the strength they can no longer manipulate. And then perhaps when you least expect it, yet precisely when the divine timing aligns, you meet someone new. It's not a dramatic encounter, but a quiet recognition. A person whose energy feels like a balm. Not the intense, sometimes chaotic passion of youth, but a deep, resonant peace. They don't try to fix your grief or fill the void left by your loss. Instead, they meet you where you are, witnessing your journey with respect and a quiet admiration for your resilience. There's a familiarity in their presence, not as a replacement, but as an echo of what love felt like before the trauma, before the betrayal, pure, supportive, and inherently safe. This connection doesn't feel accidental. The letter's promise whispers in your heart, this person was aligned with your soul's journey the moment your loved one crossed over. They had been held in a divine waiting pattern, their path gently steered towards this intersection. You, standing strong in your truth, radiating the light reclaimed through struggle, are the divine signal they've been awaiting. Your readiness has summoned them. From their vantage point in the realms of pure love and light, your beloved guardian watches this unfolding not with jealousy or sadness, but with radiant, boundless joy. Their deepest prayer has been answered. You are safe. You are empowered. You are stepping into the future they fought so hard to secure. The haunting quality of their visits and dreams transforms. Now they appear more clearly, not as shadowy figures of sorrow, but as beings of light. Sometimes they simply stand in your dreamscape, radiating warmth and approval. Sometimes they offer that familiar, beloved smile, a smile free of earthly pain, filled only with pure love and pride. The lingering doubt, the question of, was it just my imagination, vanishes. You know it's real. You finally heard their truth. You accepted its painful brilliance, and you acted with the courage they always knew you possessed. That validation, that completed circuit of love and trust across dimensions, makes their presence undeniable. The journey isn't over. It's ascended to a new plane. Within the trove of documents, or perhaps mentioned in a final addendum to the letter, you find it their journal. Not the official records, but the raw, unfiltered chronicle of their inner world, particularly during those final months. Opening it is daunting. The pages speak of their private struggles, the physical toll, the moments of fear they shielded you from, the anguish of carrying the burden of the truth alone. Yet woven through this vulnerability are golden threads of devotion, powerful testaments to the depth of their love for you. Your name appears again and again, not just in passing, but as an anchor, a source of strength. Seeing their smile today gave me the will to keep searching. One entry might read, hearing them laugh, even amidst all this darkness, reminded me what I'm fighting for, confesses another. They are my reason, a simple, powerful line declares. When the weariness threatens to pull me under, I think of their future, the light in their eyes, and I find the strength for one more step. Reading these intimate revelations is like receiving 1,000 posthumous embraces. You see with heart-wrenching clarity how profoundly you impacted their life, how you were their harbor, their inspiration, their only peace in a chaotic world. The journal doesn't shy away from the darkness they face, but it ultimately shines a light on the incredible power you held for them, often without even knowing it. You gave me hope, one poignant entry states, even when I was bone-tired and soul-weary. You were my reason to fight. Now the baton passes definitively. The message, the journal, the legacy, they all point to one inescapable conclusion. Now it's your turn. Your turn to fight, not against phantoms, but for yourself, for the future they envisioned and secured, for the truth that has set you free, and for everything that is rightfully yours to claim and build upon. Their final written words, perhaps scrawled with fading strength but eternal intent, resonate like a timeless hymn within your spirit. I will always be closer than you think. And now, standing in the radiant aftermath of revelation, fortified by truth and sustained by love that transcends death, you finally understand. The scent of flowers when none are present, the specific song playing at a meaningful moment, the sudden intuitive knowing guiding a decision, the warmth on your cheek on a cold day, these are not coincidences. They are love notes from beyond, affirmations of their enduring presence. Every choice you make now is touched by their unwavering support. Every path you walk is shielded by their eternal vigilance. You are divinely protected. You are divinely favored. Archangel Michael's assurance rings true. The celestial hosts walk beside you. So step forward. Not with the trepidation of the lost, but with the quiet, unshakable power of the found. Move with the certainty of truth illuminating your way and the eternal fire of love fueling your spirit. The chains are broken. The shadows are dispelled. The future, bathed in the light they fought for, awaits your embrace. Their physical departure was not an ending, but the necessary catalyst for this profound awakening. They handed you a torch ignited by their sacrifice and their love. And now, blazing brightly, guided by angels and guarded by a love stronger than death, you're the light in the darkness. The truth you carry is an unassailable fortress. The inheritance of spirit, wisdom, protection, and purpose is irrevocably yours. Your journey, the one they safeguarded with their very being, has only just begun its most radiant chapter. And somewhere beyond the veil, in a realm of pure peace and boundless joy, they smile, their spirit whispering on a wind that now only carries blessings. You're doing exactly what I knew you would. You're finally free. If this message spoke to your soul and awakened something deep within like the video, share with someone silently searching for a sign. And subscribe because this is just the beginning of something greater than you can imagine.